Courage versus rage. Knowing the difference can change how you lead and how you live. Let's get straight to it. Not all strong reactions are strength. Sometimes what looks like confidence, assertiveness, or speaking your truth is actually rage in disguise. And if we're not careful, we start calling it courage. But courage and rage are not the same. In fact, they come from very different places and they lead to very different outcomes. A powerful place to start is asking, am I responding from clarity or reacting from emotion? What courage really is. Courage is not loud. It's not reactive. It doesn't need to overpower anyone. Courage is grounded, intentional, and controlled. It looks like speaking the truth even when it's uncomfortable, having difficult conversations without avoiding them, setting boundaries without hostility, staying composed under pressure, taking action despite fear. Courage requires self-awareness and discipline. It is not the absence of emotion, it's the ability to lead through it instead of being led by it. What rage really is. Rage is different. Rage is reactive, emotional, and often driven by something unresolved. It may feel powerful in the moment, but it's usually impulsive and lacks clarity. Rage often shows up as explosive reactions, harsh or aggressive communication, needing to prove a point or win, loss of emotional control, acting before thinking, escalating situations instead of resolving them. At its core, rage is often rooted in frustration, hurt, fear, feeling disrespected or unheard. The problem is, when rage takes over, it doesn't resolve the issue. It usually creates more of them. Characteristics. Courage versus rage. Here's where the distinction becomes clear. Courage, calm, even when firm. Clear and intentional. Focus on resolution. Grounded in values. Maintains respect for self and others. Rage, reactive and emotionally charged. Driven by impulse. Focus on being right or dominant. Escalates conflict, often followed by regret. And one controlled strength. The other is uncontrolled emotion. Warning signs you're operating from rage. This is where real self-awareness matters. Warning signs include you react immediately without thinking. Your tone becomes sharp, aggressive, or defensive. You feel the need to prove your point at all costs. You interrupt or talk over others. You escalate instead of de-escalating. You feel justified in the moment, but regret it later. You're more focused on winning than resolving. If you ever walked away from a conversation thinking, that didn't go how I intended, that's usually not courage. That's reaction. The leadership impact. Leaders who operate from rage create instability. People may comply in the moment, but trust erodes quickly. Communication becomes guarded. Teams stop speaking up. Respect is replaced with caution. On the other hand, leaders who operate from courage create clarity and trust. They can address hard issues without damaging relationships. They don't avoid conflict, but they don't lose control inside it either. One thing I often say is this: anyone can react, not everyone can respond with discipline. That's where leadership lives. The moment of choices. Here's the truth most people don't like to hear. There's always a moment, however small, between trigger and response. That moment determines everything. Courage lives in that pause. Rage ignores it. Practical ways to lead with courage instead of rage. This is where it becomes real. Pause before you respond. You do not have to react immediately. Give yourself space to think before speaking. That pause is where control lives. Name what you're feeling. Before responding, ask, am I frustrated? Am I feeling disrespected? Am I reacting from something deeper? Awareness reduces impulsive reactions. Focus on the outcome, not the emotion. Ask yourself, what result do I actually want from this conversation? Courage moves toward resolution. Rage moves towards release. Lower the volume, increase the clarity. You don't need to raise your hand to be heard. Clear, direct communication is far more effective than emotional intensity. Address issues, don't attack people. Stay focused on the behavior or situation. Once it becomes personal, the conversation loses direction. A real-world observation. I've seen leaders who believe they were being strong because they spoke forcefully, corrected people sharply, and didn't hold back. But over time, these teams stopped engaging. Not because the leader lacked intelligence, but because people didn't feel safe contributing. When the same leader learned to slow down, listen, and communicate with clarity instead of intensity, everything shifted. The message didn't change, the delivery did. And that changed the outcome. Closing reflection. Courage and rage can look similar on the surface. Both can be direct. Both can be intense. But one builds trust, the other breaks it. Courage is controlled strength. Rage is uncontrolled reaction. And the difference between the two comes down to one thing: self-awareness. Because truth is, if you don't learn to manage your emotions, they will manage you. A final question to reflect upon. In moments of pressure, am I choosing to lead or just reacting? One suggestion to strengthen this even further: courage speaks with control, rage reacts without it.